What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. Your boy finally got his hands on a Galarian Moltres for the Great League, and we are going to see this thing in action for just a set. Shorter, quicker video. I ran this thing on stream last night, had two good sets with it, two rough sets. This is one of the positive sets we're going to have, and we are off and underway. Gastrodon, Shadow Drapion, Galarian Moltres, and shout out to a trainer by the name of PvP David. If you guys watched the team ideas video, this is his team that I took. He's an amazing battler from Sweden. So we copied the PvP David line, and we're going to try to utilize Galarian Moltres for the first time. Also, look at that beautiful CP. Rise, what are the IVs on your Galarian Moltres? I'm not telling you, because I might want to run this thing in tournaments. And it'd be so easy for someone to just, let's say I'm playing someone day 2, they can look up the YouTube video. They know my IVs. And then they're like, oh, I can win CMP in the Moltres mirror match. Like, I don't want to just give people a free advantage. I may be just your washed YouTuber, but I'm also a washed competitor who's looking to remove the wash title. I'm being a little bit joking, right? We hold ourselves to high standards, so we've won 3 regional titles. We haven't performed up to our standards in the last few tournaments, so we're trying to get back. And it looks like in that first battle, we were in a tough situation. Toxapex still had a shield to hide behind, so pretty tough loss there. Basically, what happened was we used a shield to invest in switch advantage, and then the Dugong was a core breaker in the back, so we really would have been better off just letting our Gastrodon go and getting going for like a shield or going for energy advantage with our back line. So fighting for switch actually ended up costing us in that first game. We should have just let switch advantage go and taken a shield advantage. We're going for the earth power here. Gets the shield, then we're going to swap in Drapion. It's in crunch range. Debating whether I want a shield or not. We know there's an Alolan Sandslash waiting in the wings, but we're going to overfarm here. Drapion going to fire off the crunch. This is going to knock out the Goodra. And Sandslash comes back. I'm going to build up to 5, throw on the charge attack priority. And this is good for us. This means Sandslash isn't going to have any residual energy going into the next matchup after it knocks us out. And then I make a bit of a risky play here. I come in straight with the Moltres, expecting them to instant swap. And it works out for us because they come in directly with the Feraligatr. I think they got a 0-turn swap somehow, so they're at 8 right now. 9. We're going to respect this because even if it's a bait, we should be able to inflict enough damage where hopefully the Gastrodon can close. And then I think he settles for Hydro Cannon, which I was confused by. But then someone in the chat said, oh, he's probably running Crunch. That makes a lot of sense. We live the Hydro Cannon. We get off a parting Brave Bird. Brave Bird is such a hard-hitting move. Even though it's resisted, it does more damage here. Bang! Knocks out the Alolan Sandslash. And we get our win with Mr. Moltres. It's so powerful, dude. Sucker Punch being a counter clone. Ancient Power for a little bit of coverage. And Brave Bird, as we know, just such a hard-hitting attack. If you gave Galarian Moltres like a cheaper attack than Ancient Power, it'd probably be a little bit too busted. So it's probably pretty balanced with its current attack, because if you gave it something better than Ancient Power, it would be even more ridiculous than it already is. Next battle. Here we go. Gastro into D-Knight. Tough lead. Tough lead. We're going to safe swap Moltres. In comes the Azumarill. This is just not looking good, but we're not going to give up yet. We're going to try and think, right? Like, we're in a tough situation. How can we find our way out of this? How can we find ourselves some sort of advantage? Well, we're going to land the Brave Bird. That's a start. And at this point, I'm thinking, what if I let this go and I try to sting down this entire thing with Drapion? Maybe that could open up some play. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to commit a Protect Shield here to preserve some health, because if I don't use a shield, like Dragonite might just Dragon Breath my entire team down. So we use one shield. We get a big poison sting down. And we're awaiting what comes in. It's the Dragonite. Crunch coming through. Maybe I could have baited here. Bait would have been kind of nice. They shield. I've got the double Crunch already. We're just kind of playing it safe. Because if he calls a bait, I think we're kind of screwed. But he's going to fire off this Claw. I kind of need to shield. I am going to slightly overfarm because I was a little bit worried about a catch. A catch seemed really obvious there. So we go one over. We're really low, and it's a Ferrothorn. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Gastrodon literally nowhere to go. I hard counter in the lead, a hard counter in the back. I was hoping Gastrodon would have some nice play. And, like, I tried to make a catch. Don't think it really would have mattered because I didn't have the Crunch loaded. So the only win con there would have actually been if the Power Whip completely one-shot the Gastrodon on the catch. If the Power Whip completely one-shot, we could have won because then he would have been one bullet seed away, I believe, versus if the Power Whip didn't completely one-shot from full health and he got one more bullet seed of farm, then he would have had to move anyway, so unfortunate, but I don't think there's a whole lot realistically we could have done to win that game. And sometimes that happens. So we're 1-2. Tough start to the set. Let's see if we can come back and go positive at this point. Neutral lead into Dugong. We are going to build up energy here. I don't think it's worth settling for Body Slam before the debuff. Body Slam is very underwhelming. Really no reason for them to shield it. Icy Wind connects. And we are going to fire off this Earth Power. Gastrodon, he's frowning. He had a rough day at work. And Dugong's going to fire off another attack. Going to kind of gauge how much damage this does. If I can reach the Earth Power, I'm like, yep, I definitely can live an Ice Shard. Figured he might try to catch it, but if he did, so be it. And he doesn't catch, so we get off this parting Earth Power. I come in with Drapion with the idea of shielding once and stinging down, but then I get to this Aqua Tail first, so I'm like, oh, might as well throw it. He shields. And now I know I might get baited here, but I feel like it's a safe shield. Sting down, come out with some energy, and I'm still going to be up a shield for Moltres. What's going to come in? Licky Licky. I think I lagged a turn or something, so we got a free roll out there. I don't know what happened. Crunch. Another Crunch. We are debuffed, which is not ideal. I go for a catch unsuccessfully, but this is looking okay. We're just going to kind of hope that they don't have Stone Edge. So I'm going to allow him to throw first before I debuff myself. I figured I should probably live a Stone Edge barely, even if he does have it. And he has Sludge Bomb, so now I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. This is a charge attack priority. And I could honestly do either here. I could probably just save a shield for Drapion, or I could just do this. I figured this was the safer play. Sucker Punch down, come out with the Brave Bird. We'll always win this charge attack priority, and that is a G to the G. Big Brave Bird from Moltres. Moltres looks really cool, doesn't it? Reminds me of, I know it's a bird, not a dragon, but reminds me kind of like Red Eyes Black Dragon from my Yu-Gi-Oh days when I was a kid. Anyway, one final battle. I told you it was a short video, just 5 battles here, one set. One full set for you in the Open Great League. And here we go. Battle starting. It's going to be Gastro into Drift. Tough lead. But we do have 2 answers. So we'll try to find our way out of this. They swap in Pangoro. And this is kind of awkward, right? Pangoro with access to close combat, of course. Concerning. I do, though, want to try and get shields down if I can. Because I feel like that makes things better for Moltres. Also, this is unfortunate because I could have thrown the Aqua Tail first. But I was expecting him to, like, CMP me, so I didn't. Man, so if I had thrown that first, I would have come out with the shield advantage. Unfortunate. Now we're just going to be even shield, so we don't pick up a shield advantage. And I could, of course, come in with Gastro, but instead I come in Moltres, because I figure my only win con at this point, since Gastro is walled, is if Moltres can sweep this back line with shields down. So I get a head start. He comes in with Driftbloom. And then there's a Malamar. So our Moltres is a big core breaker here. I build up a ton of energy, and now I'm just basically utilizing my Gastrodon to absorb this damage. Now, I wasn't 100% sure if Moltres would win the Charge Attack priority against Driftbloom. So what I didn't want to do was knock this out and give him like a big farm. So instead, I let him knock me out. I build up to 100 energy, and this way we have Ancient Power plus Brave Bird loaded. And Brave Bird, once again, is going to do more damage, even when Ancient Power is one stage super effective. So we're just going to go for this big Brave Bird. And despite the terrible lead, we're able to overcome it thanks to Moltres sweeping in the back. We were faced with like the worst possible lead for Gastrodon, but Moltres was a bit of an ABA core breaker once the Pangoro was gone. Pangoro would be really bad for Moltres, so it was a good thing that Drapion lured it out, and that allowed us to win the game. Little cute 3-2 set, 31-27. Nothing crazy. Not at any crazy elo like some of those leaderboarders, like you know, the Dilaps of the world, the Softofs of the world, but we're out there, we're hanging in there, 31-27, and we're going to try to have some fun here in the last week of the season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And all that said, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.